Hey everybody, welcome back to Game of Tones, episode 12. This one's going to be a little bit different. So, what I've got here is a finished project, well, almost finished. And basically, I had a client ask me to create something that was atmospheric and had a little bit of anxiety feeling to it. Basically, it's going to be for a game where you're kind of like dodging these creatures, and that's what the feeling I was going for, right? You're in the space, you don't know where you're going, it's kind of dark, you've got to navigate, you've got to dodge certain beasts and things of that nature, right? It's kind of like one of those touch of death games where you just can't get hit. And that's what I wanted to capture in this feeling here. However, they had some feedback. I felt when I sent this in, it felt really good to me, right? I felt that, if I sent it in as is, there'd be very minimal changes that had to be done. But everyone has opinion. And so sometimes this is gonna happen, you guys. So like you're gonna write a track that you're gonna feel really good about, but certain things are just not going to mesh well with either the project or the vision that the project lead had for the game. That is okay. That's totally normal. So I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to go and dig apart this track and put in their changes. And they just really honestly didn't want too much. They just wanted drums. Now, drums can go either way. The tempo here is pretty low. We're at 79. I think that this is going to be a really slow-paced drum pattern. Maybe it could be like something a little bit faster. We can kind of experiment and see. But what I want to do first is let you hear the track in its entirety on how it sounds directly as I intended it, and then see how it's going to sound later after the percussion has been added. So here we go. Okay, so now that the song has been played out, I think drums really could be a cool addition, but I don't want it to be too distracting, if anything. So I think what I'm going to do is, since I didn't intend this track to have drums at all, I guess I can jump to the most, the most prominent parts of the track, which is probably right here, the 24-second mark when the pads come in, right? And I think we can try and just start sketching out some ideas. I don't think it has to be too crazy, so we can just go ahead and start this up here. Let's get a nice color for that. And this is the part that's kind of tricky sometimes because I really intended this. Like my mindset was not on drums at all. So I'm gonna be kind to myself and not try to be too hard. Just sketching some ideas really quickly. So we have the lows here. Let's get the low skin. Let's get 2 steps in the lows. And maybe 2 steps on the high. And we'll pan that to the right, a little more to the left, a little higher. As a matter of fact, let's get this filled in. Alright, because it's going to go a nice little tempo here. Let's get this closed hi-hat going here too, actually. Alright. Now there's a kick. What's the kick sound like here? Oops. That should be fine for a little while. Until I decide to switch it out. Just for... Alright, argument's sake. We want to get the beat here. Let's just say kick snare until we find something to carve out here. Alright, so let's see. Oh, these are 2 kicks. As a matter of fact, this actually sounds better. So let's put this kick out. Let's try that. So these are supposed to be snares here. I think I messed that up a little bit. That's okay. These sound really good, but they're really low. What I think I can do is go into my Gold Baby drums and just layer it on with another kick. This is a pretty cool trick. Basically, you just want to have 2 kicks playing at the same time, just to give it that extra weight, get it a little bit fatter. Okay, let's see. So that actually kind of feels cool, right? Kind of this laid back, I don't know, a progressive feel. I don't know if the snare is what I need though. Let's see. The snare's doing pretty good. A little bit of reverb on there. Let's put the EQ up here. I always tend to roll off the lower end, but let's keep the highs a little higher, just because I want to hear that splash at the end. Kind of feels like you're in space. Let's see. Let's play that. So we can actually make a second pattern here. The second pattern needs to have a little bit of a hiccup to lead back in. So let's try something like this. And then if that's the case, then we can probably make this one a 3 and say that might work. But I did like that one too, so we can try and paste that. Let's see if that works for me. It's so far so good. If it's feeling right, not too uncharacteristic. The number 4, the 4th pattern, bum. We can do one of these, right? And if that's the case, that might actually cover this section here. So this is actually pretty cool. Let's see, it still feels futuristic, but is it missing anything? I think it could miss a little bit of a open hi-hat maybe. feeling this. So at first I didn't want drums in at all, but it kind of does have a nice little cool, I don't know, vibe element to it. The question is it too boring? There's only 4 drum patterns here, but it feels like it's doing the job that it needs to do. But I'm wondering if I should vary it up quite hard. So I think in this section here is where I really wanted to slow it down, and even here as well. So maybe I could eliminate drums from this sections entirely and then bring them back over here. But if that's the case, I might want something completely different in this section. I don't know though. Let me see. Let me take a listen to that one more time. Take these just in case. Copy and paste them. I'm gonna move them right all the way over here. Right about there. Let's see. So I actually really do like these, but the question now becomes, in this area where we're trying to get to that climax, I think if it's the same exact pattern as these, it might be a little bit dry, but I'm wondering if I should just try and just have some imagination and just shake it up a little bit. I don't really know. So let's just say I wanted to get rid of all of these actually. So let's just go and make one new pattern, and we'll just eliminate everything, just for kicks. Whoa. Eliminate these guys, and I want to see if I completely shake this up, but I don't know what to do here. Just something a little bit different, for some variation, right? So we can get rid of all of these. We probably could keep the percussion, right, the same. Let's see. What do I want to do here though? I guess we can start filling in, let's say, something crazy. Okay, something a little breakbeat-like. I actually really like this because it's playing with the beat a little bit. I like breakbeat stuff. Like, it's basically like not exactly, I don't know what the word is, but it's not really completely on the beat. It's kind of like having these like little hiccups, and it feels good. But I can't have all these as like the same exact pattern. But something subtle I think could happen around here, right? But what's that gonna be? So we can start getting rid of some of these fives. Too many fives here. The same exact thing over and over. You're gonna get mad. But if we get like, let's do this bum 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 bum. But let's see. Let's try that. That's good. it sounds almost like I don't want to mess with it too much. I actually like this minimalism style. This is a tricky one for me. Guys, I don't even know. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how do you normally go about this? Because this can drive me crazy. In fact, I think I'm going to cut the video here and probably experiment with many, many versions of these, because if I'm going to be selecting one specific drum pattern, I will go crazy. Like, I'm actually even thinking about the potential of this being a drum and bass kind of a thing. Like, maybe it doesn't have to be this slow breakbeat style. But I think this is kind of cool. Like, even though like I didn't expect to put them in, this is still pretty fun to work with, and I think maybe the overall track might actually just end up having a nice drum pattern. But I'll cut it off here, guys. What do you guys want to see next? Let me know. And it's always fun doing some of these videos, these kind of sketch ideas, just sharing and talking through it. I feel like everyone's working really, really hard lately, so it's actually putting me in a position where I have to start working. Alright guys, happy composing, and cheers.